everyone, and welcome to the first episode of 2025. Sister, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Am I doing good? Is that reality? Yes, I am doing good. I'm just having a little bit of a situation with myself this weekend because I've been watching a lot of thrillers. Yeah. So like now I feel like kind of emotionally fucked up.
Well, yeah, you watched all the Saw movies. That's not like watching Harry Potter in one sitting. These are movies that fuck you up. Like,
and on top of that, I had to pay $3.99 for each one on Amazon Prime.
Really?
I couldn't find them anywhere else, and if they were anywhere else, I guess I didn't look hard enough. But I watched the entire Saw franchise in like one sitting plus one more day, and all I can say is I am not survivable. Like, I could not do that. Like,
yeah, me neither.
If they were like, hey, you have to cut your arm off, it's over for me. Yeah. You know, I would let that time right now.
If I have to cut anything off, it's over.
Yeah.
Just kill me right then and there. Don't even give me the option.
Yeah. And also, like, someone pointed this out because I was like, obviously, after I watched it, I went to, like, TikTok and I was, like, searching about it. Like, if he sets the instructions and then he's like, you have 60 seconds. I need, like, the instructions would not compute in my mind in that period of time. Yeah. Like, it would not, it's not fair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just a very interesting watch. Although I have watched the majority of them, I think this is the first time that I've ever watched them in order. So it was like a movie marathon, you know?
That's insane.
Insane. Very insane. I think that will be like the one and only time that I do this because it did creep into my dreams a little bit. Not fully, like I wasn't in a trap, but I was in the house where they do all the things. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Enough. You know? But Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I start my new job tomorrow.
I know. She's employed.
I know.
Yay. Round of applause. It's a big win, big win.
It is a big win. Because we started the pod, like about 2 months or a month and a half after I had been laid off from my job. And though I wasn't fully unemployed because I was working with my dad during my unemployment, I finally got a job.
Yeah.
Right before the TikTok went too.
I know. It's a huge win. And it's super exciting. And I'm really excited for you to, start your new job, sister.
I know, me too.
It's going to be great for you.
I was not made to be a stay-at-home wife.
And that's okay.
Yeah. It wasn't, I felt like I was going a little crazy towards the end. I felt desperate, but my new job is a good job. So. Yeah. And I think that's fair because I think right now it's just really, like, it's hard to get a job. Like, people are getting interviewed so many times.
I know. And interviewing is very stressful.
And then so many of the jobs were like, oh, we're going to, what did they say?
Pause the hiring.
Yeah, pause the hiring. I'm like, are you really pausing hiring or are you hiring someone else? I would rather you tell me that you're hiring someone else instead of like, we're pausing hiring. We'll let you know if we've had a change of mind.
Yeah.
Now I'm sitting here wondering if you're going to change your mind.
Yeah.
Like,
it's also a very tedious process. Like, some places have like 5 or 6 interviews is criminal. Like, why do you
thankfully I didn't do 5 to 6 interviews, but I did do 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Which is still a lot of interviews for you to be like, you know what? We're actually pausing hiring. Like, okay, you couldn't do that 3 interviews ago. Yeah. Like, it's insane.
It's very insane. But 2025 is starting off strong for you, which is exciting. I'm
so excited.
Yes, sister. And our New Year's was pretty chill. We hung out with our family.
Yeah. I am not who I used to be before even midnight. Okay, I didn't take a nap. I was up from like 7 o'clock. I was like, okay, I want to go work out. I want to get all these things done throughout the day. And I was helping set up my dad threw a little party at his shop. So I was like, I did that, went to help. And I was tired before midnight. I was tired by 8 p.m.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I made it to 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's very rare for us to be out past that time. Yeah. So for me too, I was like, okay, like it hits midnight. I'm like, okay, it's time for me to go to bed.
Where did the energy go from our younger days? Like, did we exhaust our entire energy? Because I'm telling you, younger me would have been partying all night, like taking shots, drinking.
Oh my God, no.
Me now, I was like, okay, like I would like to go home and do my skincare and go to bed.
Yeah, I get bloated and hungover out of like eating. Like sometimes I'll eat something really heavy and I'm like hungover the next day from eating. You know what I mean?
Dude, yo me inflo. Like,
oh my God, same. Like gassy as fuck too.
I don't understand why everything makes me bloat. Like, I look at cheese and I fucking blow up.
Well, it's because you're lactose.
I'm not giving up cheese.
Me neither. Cheese, and like people are like, oh, vegan. No, it is not the same. It does not taste the same. It doesn't.
It does not. But yeah, I felt that day, I was like, okay, I'm a little inflada.
Yeah, no, I get that. I hate I hate the feeling of being hungover from alcohol. Like, I would actually rather do anything else. Like, to me, drinking is not worth it.
Yeah.
Especially also when the vibe isn't great. Like, if I go somewhere and the vibe is not great, I don't want to drink because it's like, okay, I'm in a vibe I don't like. I'm drinking and I'm going to be hungover tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like, for what? You know?
Yeah. I wasn't hungover the next day.
After New Year's?
Yeah, well, we didn't drink. Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying the vibe was bad there. It was great. Obviously, we were on family. But for me, like, there was alcohol, but I was like, okay, like, I'm just going to feel like shit on January 1st.
And we wanted to work out on January 1st.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to drink, you know?
And then not feel great.
Exactly.
I did not come.
You did not come?
I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay. I still worked out, though.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
proud of myself.
Proud of you, sister.
Thank you, sister. I'm starting the year off strong.
You're in your fitness era.
I am.
In the way I'm in my thriller era?
I don't know what I'm really fitnessing on.
What does that mean?
I gained weight, which is fine.
But you're working out significantly consistent.
Okay, well, I hope I see, a six-pack sometime soon.
I don't think so. I don't think you'd want to see a six-pack. That's not really your vibe.
No, that's not my vibe. Karol G's body, though. That's goals.
Yeah. Yeah, her body is goals. She looks like the Barbie doll.
Yeah, she's perfect.
She is perfect. But overall, great New Year's.
Yeah.
The weekend is almost over. The holidays are done. I feel like it was a successful December.
Yeah. And we had some good food at New Year's. We had papacitos.
I fucking love papacitos.
I love papacitos. Except Esteban forgot to get queso, and I was really disappointed about that.
Oh my God.
I
Esteban?
sat him down the next day, and I was like, I just want you to know that sometimes there's things that you do that disappoint me. And he's like, what? And I was like, well, you didn't get queso with the meal.
Honestly, I was looking for it, and I thought that the bucket of beans, you know how the beans kind of look like cheese?
I was so sad. But you know what? He saved us from being even more bloated.
Yeah, true. I would have been, starting the year off with a bang, literally.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
And the food was good.
Mm-hmm. The vibes were great.
Yeah. It was good stuff.
Good stuff. I'm glad that it's like we're well into January. Finally, Texas decided it's going to be cold, and apparently there's supposed to be some sort of freeze. So that's great, because the last time that we froze, it was really interesting. Luckily, I was with power last time, but being without power is truly one of the worst things in the world. So I really hope that this time around, they get it together. But if you're in Texas, if you're in Houston, please be safe this week. It's going to be kind of rough. But let's get into it. Let's get into the topics. First topic, exciting day. Take it away, sister.
Bad Bunny has released his new album, Debí Tirar Más Fotos. And it literally, I thought that it was going to come out like at midnight last night.
Right?
That's what I assumed, because I feel like everything kind of drops like that, at least the things that I have listened to. So when I woke up this morning to take out my dog, I'm like, okay, let me just listen to it. And it hadn't came out yet. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I go on TikTok and I see that people are like, no, it's supposed to come out in like 20 minutes, whatever. So, I wait, and it was worth the wait. It is so good. I listened to it just one time through. Okay. The minute the first song started playing, I knew that this album was going to be a masterpiece. And it is. It's so Puerto Riqueño. And I said that in the last last podcast, that this was going to be very Latino, very Puerto Riqueño. And that's exactly what it is. And I love it. And I love that he wrote this for Puerto Rico, and he shared it with the rest of us. It is such a good album. Like, I am obsessed.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I haven't listened to it in its entirety, because I also waited till midnight, and I was like, wait, where is it? And I thought it was me. I was like, maybe he told us, but I didn't see anything. So I thought it was going to be like either at 11 p.m. here, 12 EST, or just 12 here, and it wasn't there. So I was like, okay, so this morning it came out at 10, and I didn't get to listen to it in its entirety. But of course, it's a bop. We knew it was going to be a bop.
Bad Bunny Llevarte Pa' PR is like one of my favorites. Vueltita too. It's so good. It's so good. People are already saying it's mid, and I'm just like,
people love to say shit's mid. People love to say it's mid.
I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, this isn't for you then.
But he literally said, you're not my intended audience. If you like it, then fair. But if Puerto Ricans like it, that's my intended audience.
And that's the beauty of it. That's so beautiful. And he wrote it for his people.
That's something that I really love about Bad Bunny, is that he genuinely does not give a fuck what anyone else thinks except for
his people.
Like, he literally said, if you don't like it, okay, that's fine. You weren't meant to like it. This wasn't for you. Yeah. You were not my intended audience.
And, though I was not his intended audience, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's so good. I feel like him and Raul Alejandro just really went out. I don't know, out of their comfort zone, maybe, with these two albums. I feel like there's just so much in these albums, like new beats, just different type of music. It's just, they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good. And, I've seen a lot of TikToks of them doing stuff in Puerto Rico at the moment, like handing out gifts for children. And I'm just like, oh, I love them.
I know.
They're really just you know, good for their people, and I love that.
I love that too. I honestly really admire that about both of them. And of course, there's a lot of other artists that do the same too, but they're just, I think, in the peak of their career right now, and they're just, I feel like they're so humble with their people, and they're always giving back. Like, doing the free shows, I'm like, it's just never going to be the same experience. Like, it's never going to be like that here. It's always going to be so much more, like, thought out there, and I really like that about them.
Yeah, me too. I was watching the videos, and, like, this little girl was giving Raul Alejandro a kiss on the cheek.
Oh my God.
And I was
to be that little girl.
I know. And he was, like, giving her a gift, and I'm like... Oh.
He seems so nice.
I know, they really do seem so nice.
I know. I mean, obviously I don't know him like that, but if I had to, like, say Raul Alejandro gives nice, like, energy.
Yeah, I've always gotten that from Raul Alejandro. He just seems like he would be cool peeps.
Yeah.
And same thing with Bad Bunny, who Karol G also makes me feel like that. Yes, Karol G, Fade. There's some artists where I just don't get that vibe from, and we're not going to talk about those.
Oh my God,
because
like,
I don't really know, like, names. Like, I don't know exactly who would give me those vibes.
She does not give me good vibes.
Exactly. But Karol G, you know, Bad Bunny, Raul Alejandro, they give me the vibes that they're just, like, really cool people, really nice. Not only that, but they're probably really good people to their people.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me a little jealous. I'm like, when is there a Chilean artist gonna come out that does the exact same thing?
I feel like there is, and maybe we just don't listen to them. Because I know there's...
Mon Laferte?
Does she say anything?
Does she say anything about what?
Like, does she represent?
She's always represented.
Really? I don't really listen to her like that, which is so crazy because, like, we did not meet her like that.
It's so crazy because when we met her, it was what? Like, she was on a show called
Rojo Fama Contra Fama.
And she was in the top 5.
She was like, you had to be there to understand what we're talking about.
But it's Chilean people listen to this. Please let us know if you remember
Rojo Fama Contra Fama. And her name was not Mon Laferte. It was Montserrat Bustamante. So when people were, like, calling her that, I was like, that is not her name.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's, like, a huge deal now.
She's huge. She's huge. Which, when you watched the show back then, she wasn't the main focus of the show. I think she got 4th or 5th place.
Yeah.
In the show, right?
It's like a singing competition. They have, like, singers, dancers. It's kind of like Dancing with the Stars meets, like, The Voice, but like there's, like, reoccurring people.
It was a great show.
Yeah, like, they have, like, seasons, and they'll have, like, a singing competition and a dancer competition, and the top 5 in each group from each season stay on the show for every season. And she was on the 2nd season.
Yeah, she was 2nd season. I think she got 4th place.
Yeah,
and I don't know, she's huge now. Which
I mean, I think she's the most famous person from the show by far. It's just crazy because, like, when she, like, popped up, and I was like, I'm sorry. What? Like, I knew she was going to be a star. She's a great singer. She's always been a great singer. But I just wasn't expecting that.
Because they always thought that Maria Jose Quintanilla was going to be the big star.
I know. That's so crazy. It's like, this is such a flashback. But I don't know her music, to be honest. Like,
it's beautiful. I like it. I listen to it a little bit here and there.
It's in English or Spanish?
It's in Spanish.
Okay.
She doesn't sing in English.
Oh, I
mean, I don't know if she sings in English or not, but I know that it's predominantly Spanish.
Okay, I need to listen.
I know.
I need to listen. I know there's Cris MJ. I know that he is pretty big, but I don't listen to him enough to know if he reps.
I need them to get even bigger.
I know. Cris MJ is really popular, though, because, like, he had the most stream song on TikTok, I guess, but like, he's very popular.
Because then what? We have Paloma Mami.
Yes, I've never heard her music, though. I just
good.
know that she's a very big baddie.
She is.
She's very beautiful.
Beautiful. I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, she reminds me of, what's her name? The one that had the scandal.
The scandal?
That she hooked up with her friend's brother. She reminds me of her. Like, they look alike. Not that she reminds me.
Her friend's brother?
Remember the girl on TikTok that was, like, hooked up with her friend's brother? No, she was dating her friend's brother, and then she went and, like, took her ex-husband. What was her name?
I don't remember.
This was a few months ago. It was all over TikTok. Amaya Colon. She looks like Amaya Colon.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? She does.
She looks like her a little bit.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, no, I need more representation. Like, get it together. There is a lot of talent.
There is a lot of talent.
In South America in general, there's so much talent. I'm like, damn, y'all be talented as fuck.
And, you know, Latinos are popping off.
Of course they are.
Which is crazy. I always say this because I remember back in high school, being Latino was so looked down upon. And I hated that.
Yeah, like, reggaeton was, like, kind of, like, lame.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Just, like, you're Mexican, which it was never an insult to me. I love Mexicans, so I don't give a fuck if you call me Mexican. Like,
it's just the lack of, like the generalization.
Yeah, it was. It was like you just wanted to group us all together because you lacked brain cells and knowledge and education, quite frankly.
True.
When I told someone that I was from Chile one time, they're like, why do you speak Spanish? They thought that I was Chinese.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I whitewashed myself a lot in college. I would not speak Spanish to anyone. So
I remember you telling me that.
Very bad, very bad. Wish I could go back and change that. But it was because I was so scared to
be. I never was whitewashed. I can proudly say that.
And honestly, that's really good of you to like not go like the same way that I did and like go against the grain of like what feels normal to you, because I feel like it felt normal to like not want to be judged for me.
Yeah, I was always very Latina.
I was not.
Always listening to reggaeton. I didn't care what anyone thought, because like, look at you now.
Yeah.
You want to listen to Bad Bunny. You want to listen to Raul Alejandro.
I know. I wish I could. That's the one thing I wish I could change about my past, is that like, why did you care so much to be like other people?
In high school, they would make you feel less than.
Yeah.
Because we were Latinas.
And I think it's also because we live in Texas. I don't know if that's like a shared experience with everyone, but...
Yeah, at least in Texas, I felt like Latinos were very looked down upon in high school. Like, even middle school. They made us feel like we were icky.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, you're not going to make me feel like I'm fucking icky.
Yeah.
Period.
I don't think it's just... there's like portions of Texas that may not feel like that, because we have friends from the 956. Like, everybody's Latino. Like, that's the majority.
I love the 956.
And I love the vibe there.
Everybody's like, anytime I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to McAllen, they're like, why? And I'm like, the 3 times that I have gone to McAllen, I have had the best time.
Yeah.
I love it. People are so nice.
I know.
We went to this restaurant, they were just like so nice, and like, I loved it. I love going there.
No, I agree. It's a great time. And I like that everybody speaks Spanish, but yeah, no. I mean, I wouldn't say all of Houston, but like the areas that we live in or lived in and went to high school is like predominantly like a white area, so it was just not great.
Yeah, it was just, they looked at us
lacked
different.
diversity. And also something that I noticed when I moved to Austin from Texas State, so I went to Texas State for college, was that Austin also lacks diversity. I thought it was going to be so diverse. It is not.
I don't understand why it's 2025 and we're still treating people this way.
I don't know. People are so weird.
There's people from everywhere now. Like,
yes, hello. Like,
grow up.
Yes, like, it's, okay. People being weird about other people, and they're like, it's crazy to me when people find it like the need in themselves to like make fun of someone else because they don't speak perfect English when they're literally speaking 2 languages and you speak 1.
Yeah,
like, that's weird to me. Let's reassess who here looks dumb. It's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would go on a tangent for more time. But let's go ahead and go to the next topic. Some exciting news. Okay, Karol G. We have a documentary.
I'm so excited.
I know. I was about to delete my Netflix subscription because $24.95 is a lot for Netflix.
You can't even share your screen.
And sometimes they lock shows. I'm like, what?
Lock shows?
They're starting to lock shows if you have like a more basic plan.
Oh my God, Netflix. Who do you think you are? HBO Max?
I know. I'm like, I get that there's a lot of Netflix original series and like a lot of Netflix original movies, but like, you need to be so fucking for real. Like, you went from $7.99 to like $25.
It's wild. $7.99 with giving your password out to anyone.
Yeah.
$24.99 with like, I gotta add my mom for an extra $7.99.
Yeah.
I'm paying like over $30.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. But Karol G is coming out with a documentary with Netflix, and I'm really excited. I wonder if they've been following her for quite some time.
I think it's going to be the tour.
Or if she's been having people kind of like record things for her, which I feel like that's really exciting.
Yeah, I mean, she's been killing it. Like, these past 2 albums have been sensational. Like, Mañana Será Bonito and Mañana Será Bonito Bichota Season, like, bops.
If Karol G comes out with an album this year,
oh my God,
I will. That will be.
I will pass away internally.
Yeah, that would be so amazing. But I don't know.
I could see she didn't come out with anything last year.
Yeah, so maybe this is the year.
Yeah, because I mean, it was Mañana Será Bonito, Mañana Será Bonito Bichota Season. So she released in 2022 Mañana Será Bonito. In 2023 she released Mañana Será Bonito Bichota Season. She had the tour, which was honestly really long. She was on the road for a while. In 2024, she finished the tour, but she didn't have any new music. She had like songs here and there, I think. And then,
so maybe we are gonna get an album.
I could see a world where we have a new album.
Oh my God! And then a tour in 2026.
Bitch, relax. I feel like they do so much. I would want a fat show. I would pull an Adele. You see me once every 10 years. I put out some masterpieces, and that's all you're getting from me.
I will say this, though, because I listened to Bad Bunny's album in its entirety, Debí Tirar Más Fotos. This album needs a fucking tour. Benito,
absolutely.
Please. This album needs a tour. Personally, I said in the last episode, the last album wasn't my favorite. It was still amazing. It just was not my favorite. This album, I can already tell it's going to be one of my favorites. So to have a tour for this album would be so badass.
I know. And Bad Bunny always puts on a show.
Yes,
Always.
he always puts on a show, and he knows exactly, like, it's crazy because not only do they write their music, right? Sometimes they have help from others, but they write their music, and then you come up with this creative ideas of how you want your show to look like, and then you make it happen. And obviously, it's a lot of people that go into it. A lot of people go. A lot of work is put into it, and a lot of people's ideas go into it as well. But you know, it's pretty exciting, and I hope that it does come with a tour, because this album, like, the minute the first song started playing, I was like, yes.
I know. Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. It's going to be on repeat. Like, it's going to be one of those things that you, like, listen to the entire week, which I'm pumped to listen to the full album in its entirety in one go, because I kind of listen to it here and there, but from what I've got, like, fire.
You need to. You're going to like it.
Additionally to that, though, I am really excited for the Karol G documentary. I think it's going to be so good to just see her, like, flourish, and, like, her, maybe, like, some, you know, personal stuff is going to come out, or maybe some, like, background stuff from, like, when she's preparing for the tour.
Maybe we'll see if she got married to Fate or not.
Oh my, I could see that.
I could see that.
Maybe she'll talk about her heartbreak.
With Anway?
I hope not, but I mean, like, her experience being heartbroken.
Yeah. So I feel like she was very visibly heartbroken at the time, like, because she was doing performances.
Yeah.
You could tell that she was really heartbroken, but she really did, like, a whole 180. And
yeah, honestly, like, she healed publicly, but she also healed so many other people. Like, her music was so healing.
Yeah.
I loved her fucking album. Mañana Sea Bonito, the song, is my favorite song in that album. It's just so good. It's so powerful.
I was close to getting that, like, tatted on me.
I mean, hey, do it.
Might as well.
Might as well, dude. Maybe 2025 is a year of the tattoo.
We are getting sister tattoos.
We are getting sister tattoos. Me, Paula, and Marie are getting sister tattoos.
Obviously.
I mean, I'm just telling the people. Let me be. Speaking of crazy shit, though, can we please... Sorry to go off topic. This fucking lady, okay, she went to Puerto Rico on vacation. She went to a restaurant. She was too drunk. She was taken home by the police because she was too drunk, causing a scene. She came back. Then 1 hour later, she lit the fucking restaurant and other businesses on fire.
I'm not trying to be violent when I say this, but why can't we burn her to the fucking ground?
That is so horrible to do to someone.
Like, I don't understand why. Why? You don't know how hard people work. Like, oh, it irritates me. Why is she not in jail?
I think they're trying to go through
They don't need to be trying.
Yeah.
Like, the minute you burn a place down, in a place that is not your place of living. You went to Puerto Rico. You're from the United States. Your name is Danielle or whatever her name is. You need to be in jail. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't understand why people feel the need to do things like this. It's because they think nothing is going to happen to them. That is exactly why. Because she is still not in jail.
Yeah. I don't think she has been arrested just yet. But her job did put out something on LinkedIn yesterday and Instagram saying that she has been suspended from her job.
Suspended?
I know
you need to be fired.
I think it's because there's not anything finalized just yet, but I do think there's like a process, but I'm like, I need y'all to move quicker because like people's livelihoods depend on their work and this was their job.
She burned it to the ground.
Yeah.
To the ground.
Yeah, it was just horrible.
If I saw someone doing that, I feel like I would get violent right then and there.
Yeah.
Like, I know that sounds like terrible to say, but like, it just fucking irks me to my core how people feel so entitled to like, what made you think that burning the place down? Why? Because they kicked you out? Maybe don't get so fucking drunk. I'm sorry. This angers me so much. When I saw the video, it literally broke my heart. It made me sick. I don't understand why people think that this is okay. Like,
yeah. But I do want to say that the business has a GoFundMe, and we're going to add it in our bio to the podcast on TikTok and on YouTube and also on Instagram if anybody wants to donate, because obviously that's their entire livelihood. These people have worked, put their blood, sweat, and tears into this business. Businesses, not even just one, there was multiple, for this woman to take it away in seconds. Like, to work years and years and years and years for your, for something that you're doing for other people. Like, you're putting
and then a dumb, drunk bitch burns it to the ground.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy. I don't see too many people talking about it though, which I wish it was getting more coverage because it's really cruel. That is so cruel.
It angers me so much, and I'm sorry that I got a little emotional there, but like, it just makes me so angry that people think that they can do these things to other people and get away with it.
Yeah. Like, this wasn't like a little mistake. It wasn't like you got drunk, got sent home, and now you're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have gotten too drunk at the bar. You got drunk, got sent home, and they were nice enough not to arrest you for public intoxication.
Decided to burn the place down.
That's crazy.
Imagine she had hurt someone.
Yeah. And there's like, in the video that the business like put out on TikTok, you can see her carrying like a gasoline tank. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why wasn't she arrested immediately?
I would have tackled her ass to the ground.
Yeah. But they had gone home, so they didn't see it. Yeah. They had gone home. She came back and like, I'm assuming.
What a cruel and evil person.
Cruel.
I don't even.
Yeah. Just horrible. Horrible. And I feel like people, like 2025 has started out like in a really like very wild and scary.
Yeah.
People are doing such scary things.
Yeah.
Like, no, you need to get it together.
Yeah.
That's not like a suspended like offense. You need to be fired, arrested, put in jail, put in prison for ruining somebody's life.
Yeah.
Like, that's so fucked up. So I hope that their GoFundMe.
Arson.
Yes. Like, what?
And then she just flew home?
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand. Apparently she's like from Missouri or some shit. I don't know. I hope that she rots in prison for what she's done.
Yeah, me too.
Because the thing is, like, I feel like Latinos have such like kind hearts. Like, they really do welcome so many people into their businesses, into their establishments with love, care, and compassion. For someone to be so fucking disgusting and do that, it just pissed me off so bad. When I saw that, I was in shock.
It's the entitlement
And the audacity.
It's disgusting.
Very much so. But let's move on from that. Like we said, we're going to add the GoFundMe. If you feel enticed to, share it, either donate, whatever, we're going to add it to the bio of our TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. On to the next thing, though, talking about Kyle G being on Netflix. Meghan Markle is also having a series called With Love, Meghan, coming out to Netflix. And there has been some mixed emotions about, her Netflix series. I feel like people do not need to be so fucking mean.
People hate Meghan Markle, and I talked about it on my TikTok. And the number one reason everybody would said it on my TikTok, because I was like, why does everybody hate Meghan Markle so much? Like, literally, why do you hate Meghan Markle so much? Like, why? Because she was on Suits. She was Rachel Sane on Suits. Loved her on Suits. She got married to Prince Harry. They had a royal wedding. They decided to leave the royal family, and that's about it. Like,
yes, it's like, I genuinely believe it's because she's black, and two, she's American. Like, I guess like the British people wanted Prince Harry to marry one of them, and I'm like, what? Like, it doesn't compute to me, like, the level of hate that she gets for doing literally anything
that Meghan Markle does, and she posts, and they're like, social media talks about it. Oh, I hate her. Get her. Like, foul things. And a lot of people in the comment section of the TikTok that I made said that it was bots. I don't think they're all bots, okay? I think some people genuinely hate Meghan Markle, and I don't understand why, because there's people on TikTok making videos about how they hate her, and I'm like, is it because what? She didn't put up with the royal family shit? Like,
yeah, if anything, they didn't fuck with her. Why would she fuck with them?
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes we forget that, like, the royal family is literally colonizers.
Yeah, it's also interesting to me because it's like, it's her lived experience that people are angry about.
Yeah.
Like, she's the one living through it,
I know,
not you.
And they're always comparing her to Kate.
Oh my God. Who gives a fuck? Like, it's not that serious. Like, let her live.
Like, Harry married Meghan. He didn't want to be in the royal family anymore. They left. Like, what's the big deal?
I don't get it. And then people are like, oh, well, Kate and Harry or whatever were best friends and Meghan ruined all that. Oh my God. Like, it is, these people, you don't know them. Meghan Markle is probably like just living her best life to the best of her abilities, doing what people are like, well, she's not even cooking in her kitchen. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? It's a produced show on Netflix. If she doesn't want to fucking cook in her own kitchen, who cares?
I know, people are so crazy.
It's called escapism. People watch reality TV to escape from their reality to do you guys really think that every single fucking housewife is living in their own home? No. It has been proven that they rent out
Kardashians
house. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, be so serious. They just hate her.
They hate her because they ain't her.
And it's like, Meghan Markle, she's getting paid fat.
Yeah.
She got away from her, basically the people who were like shitty to her. She's married. She has a child. Let her live.
Yeah.
Or two children.
A lot of people say it's racism.
Yeah, it's so weird. Meghan Markle literally is not I feel like there would be like an obvious reason. Like, for me, I'm like, so what? So what?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but racism in this day and age, and I know that it's very much real, but like, why? Because she married a white guy? Like, she married because the white guy married her? Like,
racism in 2025 is wild. Like, that's wild. So embarrassing for you.
To be racist towards an interracial marriage. Please be so for real right now. Like,
being racist in general is fucking wild.
Being racist in general is wild. But like, now you're mad that a black woman married a white guy? Like, just please, like, what the fuck? I don't understand why people, like, I'm telling you, like, anything she does, she gets so much hate. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's not like
you would think she'd murdered someone in the way they talk about her.
I'm telling you, I thought that she had committed like a serious crime by the way that people fucking talk about her. I'm just like what the fuck?
Meghan McCain, which is so fucking funny to me because Meghan McCain sucks ass. So I don't know why she's talking about anyone else. But anyways, so she decided to go on Twitter, X, and give her thoughts about Meghan Markle's new Netflix series. And she was like, this is so produced, this is so blah blah blah, this is like, if only she had taken her time to like feed the poor children, blah blah blah. And I'm like, what are you doing for society, Meghan, besides being a cunt? Like, sorry, that was mean. Okay, I took it too far.
What I don't understand is why people like, okay, she's coming out with a new show. You either watch it because you like her,
Yeah.
or you don't
Because you don't.
because you don't like her. And it's like so plain and simple. But yet you feel the need to like tear this woman down who has done absolutely nothing to you.
Yeah.
Like I understand that the royal family has beef with her, right? But it's also because people love the royal family so much.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, like, okay. And also, when I said Meghan was a cunt, I was talking about Meghan McCain, not Meghan Markle. But I do want to take it back because I feel like cunt's a really strong word. But I do not like Meghan McCain.
She's a B.
She's a B. And then she ended her little tweet by saying, that's why no one likes you. I'm sorry, Meghan McCain. I don't think a lot of people fuck with you either.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Damn. I just don't get it. And the thing is, I am a hater. I hate people out there. Not like that much. But like, I do understand the hater culture. Okay? But like, Meghan Markle doesn't make sense to me at all.
Because we see very little of her.
Yeah, she literally just came back to Instagram.
Yeah.
And people were like, I can't believe she already has 1 million followers. Like, okay.
Okay, so
And
a million
what
people
about?
like her.
Like, what about it?
Yeah. Or remember when she got married and everybody hated on her dress?
Oh my God. Just, I mean, she wasn't going to get married in something like slightly, you know.
And everybody compared her to Kate, or like Kate's dress versus. I'm like,
Who the fuck cares?
If Meghan wanted to wear that dress on her wedding day, she wanted to wear it, so let her.
I know. And she probably didn't have a choice because I'm sure they were like, you can only wear this and you can only show that. Like, she's not going to get married in like a super sexy dress. Is it a church to get married at? I'm sure.
I guess.
In front of the Lord and also the Queen. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. Like, God. People let Meghan live. You know that guy that was just like, leave Britney alone? That's how I feel. Leave Meghan Markle alone.
I know.
God.
And it's so crazy because, like, I really liked her. Like, most of, like, I only know her because of Suits, right?
Yeah.
That's where I got wind of her.
It's you caught wind, not got wind. Would she fart on you?
English is my second language. Leave me alone.
Dios
my
Santos.
But anyways, caught wind of her. And she was great. Why does everybody hate her? I
don't know, dude.
loved her character.
People love to shit on other people. And the thing is, like, same. But, like, Meghan Markle?
Yeah, like
I don't know.
yeah.
I feel like there's worse people than Meghan Markle. You know what I mean?
Ashley Trevino.
Dude, yes. Ashley Trevino's horrible.
Yeah.
The fact that I just learned that, like, she, like, dates inmates who have committed SA.
Yeah.
And there apparently, allegedly, I don't know, this is 100% true, so don't come for me. She dates, like, people who've murdered people. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, she's wild.
And then she like says like, well, it wasn't like, we don't know if that's true. Like, what do you mean? There was a conviction, ma'am. What do you mean? It's crazy.
It's the same thing when she was like that, like that done something about HIPAA. Did you hear her?
Oh my God. She literally was like, what did she even say? Like, this is a HIPAA violation. And it was like about someone showing up to her house. What was that? And I'm like, what is this bitch on? Does she even know what HIPAA is?
Yeah, but I guess she used to work at a dental office.
Interesting.
I know she was like, HIPAA goes beyond medical or something like that. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Not.
I'm pretty sure it's like, HIPAA is like, I don't know the definition of HIPAA, but there's, I don't think what she was referring to.
Yeah, no, she's not very smart.
No.
I used to know the
Sorry, you guys. I got the
Health
hiccups.
Insurance Portability and Accountability Act.
Yeah, so it's about like,
yes,
like come on. She's so wild.
She is wild. Oh, and she lost 200,000
dude.
followers.
So there was like a mass unfollowing for the first.
This wasn't even on our list to talk about today. I'm sorry,
we're
guys.
we're just rambling on.
And for people that are like, why are you guys talking about her? It's the tea.
Yeah,
like,
because we can.
Yeah.
It's called the Morning Chisme podcast.
Yeah.
Duh. But there was a mass unfollowing of her, and people mass unfollowed, but not mass enough for me. Okay, you need to unfollow. Why are 800,000 of you following her?
Because we're nosy,
dude. I know we are a very nosy society.
But I will say she has not been so much on my For You page lately.
Yeah, no, it's starting to die down. The what is it, like the her celebrity on TikTok is starting to die down.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be irrelevant here soon. Someone new will come along.
Yeah.
And I wonder who that will be.
Yeah.
But you know what's going on in 2025? It's fucking crazy, dude. Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively.
I would like to say that from now on, personally, I just won't be saying shit anymore until all the evidence is on the table, because I really believe, so I believed Justin and then I believed Blake because I was like, okay, I need to be a girl's girl and believe Blake. But now I'm back to Justin after he dropped all the receipts. And I'm like, you know what? I need to take a step back. I apologize to all parties until this is over.
Yeah, I was really... How do I say this? Like, I really don't fucking know. I get so much whiplash. Like, I read her, complaint. I read his complaint to the New York Times. And now I'm starting to, like, they're so different. So I'm just like, who's telling the truth?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Could there be a world where they're both true?
I don't know, dude. I have to be honest. I was always Team Baldoni until she came out with her complaint. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she went through these horrible things. And now I'm just like, what is the truth?
Mm-hmm.
I'm confusion.
I'm confused too.
And I think that we just have to wait and see how it plays out. Like I said, I'm just like not gonna go about this with sides, because if I go about this with sides, then I'm someone that I'm like, okay, I'm very empathetic and compassionate, so I'm like, oh, I cannot believe that they went through this, like, okay. But then he's coming out with proof too, and receipts upon receipts upon receipts, and he just sued the New York Times, okay? He's coming out with his own lawsuit, countersuit to her lawsuit, where apparently we're gonna see even more evidence. And I'm just like, I'm going to take a step back. I'm just going to be...
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree.
And just see what comes next, because this is crazy. And one of the things that I was talking about, even though I know that this is, a lawsuit going on, what's so crazy is that at the end of the day, he had the rights to the movie. Mm-hmm. He was the director of the movie, but they put out her version of the movie.
Even though in his, complaint that he filed, they tested both options, his and hers. And his tested higher, even though she had allegedly said that if hers was tested lower, she would be cool if they put out his. And then she literally took that back and said, gotta put mine out. I don't know, dude.
That's crazy. Are there any people out there that saw his version that listens to this? If you see this clip?
I don't think so. And if they did, I don't think they're even going to be talking about it.
Why? They can't talk about it? They had to test it in an audience.
I'm sure you signed something.
I hate that people have to sign things all the time nowadays.
I know. I'm like, an
tell
NDA.
A friend to tell a friend.
She's back. Yeah. I feel like this is going to be a year-long thing, even past 2025, honestly.
Yeah. It's going to be messy. And, I just, like I said, I need to take a step back because I don't know what to believe at this point, and I just need all the evidence laid on the ground for me. Mm-hmm. I need all my friends that are into this to just come over, and we're going to put, a giant, chart together.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's going to get messier and messier.
Yeah.
But we'll keep you guys posted. But as of now, we're coming forward with a neutral stance. I feel like that's the best way to go about it.
We have to, because if not, I feel like I just feel for everyone. I
know, and I think it's like every time I read something new, I'm like, wait,
what? Like, that's not what she said, so now I'm confused.
Yeah, it's a very much he said, she said. And at the end of this, one of the two of them will lose a lot. Yeah. And I feel like he's lost a lot already.
I think he's lost a lot already.
For it to... Hypothetically, let's say what she's saying is not true. We don't know that. Just saying.
Yes.
If he loses all of these things because of what she said and it wasn't true, it wasn't the actual situation, that would be really fucked up too.
Yeah, for sure.
But I guess we're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to see. The new lawsuit against her, I'm sure, is gonna come out soon. I don't think he's gonna win the lawsuit against the New York Times though, but I do think
because they're protected under something, is what someone said.
Yeah, and also I think it wasn't necessarily to win the lawsuit. I don't think
No, it's more, to me, it's more about the public's opinion.
I think that he released this lawsuit so that his side of the story was out there.
And as he should.
Yeah. I mean, everything has two sides. Or three. His, hers, and the truth. So,
yeah.
We're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But something that's fucking crazy, dude. Okay. Yolanda Saldivar, 30 years in prison for killing Selena Quintanilla, is requesting parole. She has filed for petition for parole in Texas, and now they're going through the process of it. And I'm like, damn, it's been 30 years.
First of all, it's been 30 years, which is wild. And second, the fact that, people have said, okay, people are like, she's safer in there than out here. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I would stay inside.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, like, it is one of those situations where she's going to have a lot of people looking for her.
Yeah. You're going to live because people have not forgotten. I think that she thought that Selena Quintanilla would be someone that was forgotten, and she wasn't.
No.
So, you know, I don't know.
And even to this day, she says she didn't do it. And I'm like...
Do you believe her?
No.
Remember her whole little...
series on TikTok? Yeah. I didn't end up watching it in its entirety because I was like, I didn't
even watch it.
I only watched it on TikTok because I didn't want to give it my one little view. But I don't know, dude. I don't know if this is not a good idea. But I mean, I'm sure she's being advised because she got like prison for life with the chance of parole at 30, which is now 30. It's just crazy how much time has passed.
Yeah, we're halfway to 2050.
Fuck.
We're close. We're the same. We're as far away from 2050 as we were from 2000.
Dude,
that's how crazy it is. So
it's so crazy that we're so far away from 2010.
Yeah.
I miss, going out to the clubs and blazers and interview outfits. Dude, back 2010 to 2016 was a very strange time for the club. Yeah. What the fuck were we on? It's so crazy. Why the hell was I wearing a peplum, a pencil skirt, and a blazer to 6th Street? Like, why?
I know. But it was some good times.
No, it was. I do think it was being able to party during that time period, because I graduated in 2012, you graduated in 2010. It was such a different experience because not everyone had their phone out. Yeah. Like, you could be embarrassing in peace. Yeah. Because now, something that, like, really, truly is so different than what our experience was is, like, you cannot be embarrassing in your lonesome. Someone will know. You know? People will do story times on TikTok. People will film it. You will never know peace if you've done something embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And I'm just glad that back then, not everything was filmed, because I fell a time or two or 3 or 4,
Oh my God, yeah. I fell out of a moving truck.
Oh my God.
In Austin.
That's really what?
Yeah, it was so embarrassing.
Did you do it on purpose?
I can't believe I'm even telling the story, because we were going to a party and the guy was like, get in the back of the truck, and I was trying to push my stupid friend in, and then he went and I fell.
Oh my God. Fuck your friend.
I know. She didn't go fast enough.
I've been left before by a car that I was supposed to get in. Remember when Mom ran over my foot? I still hold really annoying resentment towards her for that. My mom ran over my foot in 7th grade.
I know.
After leaving tennis practice. I know, but it really hurt.
I know.
Is that the storm?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It's storms a brewing. Okay. Speaking of storms.
Yeah.
Laura Lee. I don't know why. Sometimes my transitions do not hit. And that was not one of them. Okay, so Laura Lee was on the first season of Vanderpump Rules. As you guys know, she was hooking up with Jax Taylor. They're the ones that fucked in the bathroom. Well, she did her first interview or podcast ever that I have seen, at least. Yeah. With Vanderpump Rules Party Podcast. And damn, did she spill the tea.
She did spill the tea. And first of all, I never thought that we would hear from Laura Lee after all these years.
It's been 12 years.
It's been 12 years. And, she said she had to spill some tea, and she talked a little bit about her sobriety, about how she barely got paid from the show.
500
is wild, given the fact that a lot of season 1 was her and Jax's little
rendezvous.
Yeah, right. Him breaking up with her after her AA meeting. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then she said that the time that they got caught in the bathroom, Jax had left the door unlocked. So he wanted the camera crew to find them in the bathroom. Yeah. Which, is not shocking.
It's cruel as fuck.
And
so he left the door unlocked. He ended up, like the camera crew caught them or whatever. She was so upset. Obviously, she didn't know that he did that. They got caught, and she broke her sobriety. She relapsed because of that. And I think that's so fucked up. Yeah. Like, what a weirdo. Jax is such a fucking lame-ass dude. Yeah. So weird. And then she also shared that Jax had stolen Stassi's Xanax. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Laura Lee was fighting she was fighting for her sobriety, for her life, and she had been staying over at Jax's apartment, and he left the Xanax in front of her after she had told him, like, hey, can you please remove these, because, like, I don't want to be around them. He left them in front of her on purpose, and then Stassi was like, you stole my medication. I'm assuming he left them close to her so that she would get caught, I guess, either on camera, or, like, maybe she would, I don't know.
Take a picture or something?
I don't know, maybe just to, like, it be a situation on camera, and then Stassi was going off on her, and I'm like, Jax is such a piece of shit.
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't know that by now, I feel like we didn't need this podcast to let us know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And she also mentioned that, we knew this because Stassi was very mean to her in season 1. Some people say it was justified. Some people say it was too far. She, would go to the restaurant and, throw drinks on her. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I do get her anger, but it's so misguided. It's towards him, not her.
Yeah. I think that Stassi learned in the long run, right? I think she was
so
young
too.
at the time, but it's still fucked up to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the last thing that she shared that I thought was kind of wild is that she was supposed to film with Kristen, and the night before apparently was the night that Kristen had slept with Jax, and it was the only night that Laura Lee and Jax hadn't spent together. And the next day, Kristen was supposed to meet Laura Lee at the park to film with, at the dog park, and Kristen didn't show up for hours later. So it's crazy. I'm like,
That's
damn,
crazy. She really said, I'm coming with a tea from 12 years ago, but I was there for it.
Yeah, and she also said that they asked her back every single season, which I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, because I would see the first couple of seasons, but then why? Well, maybe
I feel like her storyline wouldn't be as relevant.
Yeah,
but then at the same time, it would shake things up.
Yeah, it would.
The podcasters also mentioned to her that Jax was getting a divorce. I don't think she knew, and she was like, "I'm not shocked." And then she was like, Brittany gave him a redemption arc, because it is true. Brittany made Jax likable again.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Brittany, Jax would have not been likable, even 0%. And then she mentioned something that I was interesting that I want to know your thoughts on. She said, I was being prepped to be the new Brittany, kind of, by him. And I'm like, I don't think Jax ever wanted to be in a relationship with Laura Lee.
I think he was trying to make Stassi jealous.
Yeah, but she was kind of saying that I would have been the next, or it would have been Brittany had I not left the show, and that I was just too, Brittany was more green than me, essentially more naive. But I don't believe that.
Personally, I don't see that. And maybe it's because I didn't see Laura Lee enough on the show. Maybe if she had been on it for a couple more seasons, then maybe we could have gotten the vibe. But I didn't feel, because then after he broke up with Laura Lee, he went back to Stassi right away.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but at the same time, I feel like she came, she spilled. She shared what she's doing now. She's doing animation. She has an animation called Jurassic, where it's dinosaurs at a strip club.
Okay.
I know. I was like, that's kind of cool. Wish her the best.
Yeah.
She went through a lot the first season.
Yeah.
And honestly, fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Being on a reality TV show that's like that, very hostile, must be so toxic.
I know. And for $500?
Yeah, fuck no. A 500, measly 500 that you have to chase down, because apparently she had to chase down the paycheck, because she couldn't afford rent. And originally she couldn't sign to be on the show because her agency told her, we're going to drop you if you do this. Because at the time, out of all of them, Laura Lee was doing things.
Yeah.
She went to Juilliard, which is crazy. She also was on Gossip Girl. She did the client list with Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was on We Are the Millers. So she was ahead of everyone at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, the show blew up and then it went from there. But she said that originally her agency was like, no.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I wonder if we'll hear anything else from her.
I know. Or if this is going to be it. And we're not going to hear from her again.
I think she's a one and done kind of girl.
Yeah,
she's like, you know what? I shared my piece. Because she could have been blabbing the past 10 years.
Oh, for sure.
And she didn't.
I know.
She didn't. And she could have, because they did her dirty.
Yeah.
And she also said that it was hard to navigate what was real and what wasn't.
Yeah.
Because right after Jax broke up with her at the AA meeting, he was like, hey, you got to change clothes because we're going to Peter's showing for his film. And she was like, you can't be sad because we technically aren't breaking up in this scene. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
So she was like, what? She couldn't distinguish what was real and what wasn't, because to her it was all real,
That's
but
crazy.
Parts weren't, obviously.
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh, Vanderpump Rules back in the day.
I know, but Southern Hospitality is giving me that early season vibe.
It will never be Vanderpump Rules,
Never.
but it compares. And
It's the Walmart version.
yeah, and the new season is out, and they're putting out episodes every Friday on Peacock. And the first episode is out, and we watched it.
Correct.
And Maddie Reese is dating Joe Bradley.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And I only think she's dating because I don't think she likes him like that.
I don't get that vibe. And maybe we're wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe we're wrong. Maybe she does really like him. But
It's giving safe choice. It's giving her both on Bravo. We want to give that.
I know that you liked me more, so let's be together.
It's giving I know that Craig and Paige are getting so much attention for dating, so I want to kind of be in that boat, which is crazy because Craig and Paige actually broke up.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about in a second. But Southern Hospitality, new season is out. Maddie Reese and Joe Bradley are dating. They also bring up the fact that Joe Bradley cheated on Danielle from Summer House with Luann, and he denied it, and apparently TJ confirmed it. But I think it's crazy that Joe Bradley is blaming TJ for sabotaging his relationship with Danielle when he's the one that fucked Luann. And
That's
he
ridiculous.
100% fucked Luann. Luann did an interview, went on a podcast, and talked about it without confirming, of course, but they fucked. And apparently Joe Bradley loves MILFs, and Luann is the MILF.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Luann's hot.
Oh my God, I fucking love Luann.
Yeah,
Luann
like,
is so
Luann
iconic.
is hot. Like,
yeah. This
So-
would have been more...
you, like, just own it already. You already did it.
I know. And you're not dating Danielle anymore, so what does it matter?
Yeah.
But I think his beef with TJ is so misguided. But TJ is also really annoying. So I get that part too.
Yeah, TJ was like, well, you need to come clean. He's like, you need to be held accountable. And I'm like, TJ, are you the person to do that? But then again, you know?
I also think that TJ might be like one of those friends that's just trying to like keep you like in the straight and narrow. Like you cheated on your friend, like on your girlfriends. Like, come on, be a better person.
That makes sense.
TJ's in love with Joe Bradley.
Did you see that in the little, like, it says, but I feel like that could possibly be just like sarcasm.
That he's gay?
No, that like TJ's in love with, what's his name? Joe Bradley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For the preview for next week?
yeah. And I do need to say this though. Emmy and what's his name?
Well,
They need to break up. If my man came into the place where I worked and talked so much shit about me, and everybody's telling me, or everybody's talking about it, I don't think they've told Emmy yet. I feel like Emmy's gonna lose her shit this season. I feel like she's gonna crash out.
Emmy's delusional as fuck.
Because she wants the ring. She wants to
Yeah.
be married to the lawyer.
Yeah. And I'm like, Emmy, you can find richer men, more attractive.
Richer and way more attractive because she's hot.
And he is not hot.
yeah.
Not hot.
Not hot at all.
He looks like the guy from Glee.
Yeah.
He looks like Kurt. But like an ugly version of Kurt.
Kurt is cute.
Yeah, but like an ugly version of Kurt.
Yeah. He's, oh my God, he pisses me off.
Yeah. And the thing is with that is that like last season it ended that like he cheated on her. And she's like, no, he didn't. And I'm like,
I
girl.
know. Me, I was like, yes, he did.
I know.
And she was like, no.
She's like, I genuinely think that she's one of those girls that needs to see it in front of her eyes. Like literally P to the V kind of energy. And then she'll be like, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, Emmy, wake up, sis.
I know. And I don't think she's going to wake up.
No, you can see from little, flash forwards that they show, like, Emmy's just not, and she's with him right now. They're dating in real present time.
God, Emmy.
Because she's
so hot compared to him.
I know.
Why does she think that he's hot?
He's just,
Also, I don't find Joe Bradley attractive.
I don't think any of them are hot, except for Michael or whatever.
Yeah.
He's very attractive.
He is very attractive. So I'm like, TJ, get it together if you like him. And if you don't fucking waste his time.
But he's also 21.
He is also 21.
And TJ's 32.
But okay, TJ, if you're 32 and single, then maybe you're the problem.
They live in Charleston. There's not a lot of gay people there.
Oh, okay.
According to TJ and his interviews. Grace Lilly, though, my favorite.
I love Grace Lilly so much.
She makes the show so fun to watch.
Yeah.
She's so, like, kooky. I love it. Like,
Yeah.
she's so fun.
Yeah, I love her.
And she talks in, like, third person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my God.
She, I'm kind of sad that she no longer works at Republic.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that they're still kind of following her a little bit.
I don't think the show would have been the show without her. Like,
Yeah.
I think she tested so well with the audience. Like, people love her. So, like, I don't think they would remove her from the show.
Yeah, she's so funny.
Yeah, no, she's very funny. I like her a lot.
I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, no, for
the
sure.
drama's definitely there. So if you're wanting to watch something that is a little bit similar to Vanderpump Rules, I would watch Southern Hospitality.
It's the same concept too. Like
Yeah.
Leva is the owner of Republic. She's on Southern Charm, which is another show on Bravo. And it's like her servers and their drama.
Yeah.
But speaking of Southern Charm, breaking news of the week. I was shocked, not shocked, but I was shocked. You texted me earlier this week. Brooke, Paige and Craig breaking up.
yeah.
I did not. I thought they were going to get engaged. But at the same time, I feel like he's so Charleston and she's so New York. And like that was always an issue in their relationship. I don't think she was ever going to move to Charleston. And I think that at the end of the day, like it was just not working.
And you don't think he would have ever moved to New York?
No. I think he wanted that Southern life and like the white picket fence, being a dad, all that. Like in this week's episode of Southern Charm, he froze his sperm. I know. And it's like you're watching their relationship, but it's over. So it's like,
Damn.
I do think though, she's always going to get the shitty end of the stick in the situation because she, one, made Craig likable. Craig is like now like this like holier than thou character in Southern Charm because the remaining cast of Southern Charm, the men are trash. Okay. So Craig looks the best out of every, like physically and just in general because he was dating Paige and Paige is really loved in the Bravo world.
I really like Paige.
Yeah. So I think she's getting a lot of shit because people are like, well, you're wasting his time. Like, he wants a family. You want to, like, just be, you know, in your career.
But what is so wrong with that?
Exactly.
If that's what she wanted.
Exactly.
It's not like Craig didn't know that.
Exactly. That's another thing. I'm like, and it's also women too. I'm like, can y'all chill? Just because she didn't choose to up her life, leave New York at the peak of her career to go move and be someone's wife and someone's mom, doesn't mean that she's the bad one here.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she's a bad person.
No, they just wanted different things. And yeah, they did it for a few years, but now they sorted it and they're not together anymore. So like, you don't have, like, people are being so fucking mean to Paige. And although I've had my tiffs with her, like, sometimes I love her, sometimes I don't. Like, she can do whatever the fuck she wants for herself.
Exactly.
And then there was like cheating rumors and all this shit. And I'm like, I could see Paige maybe moving on quickly from Craig, but I could never see her cheating on Craig.
Me neither. And maybe we don't know, right? We can't say confirm or deny because we're not her friend. But I don't see that either.
No. And I think also Paige, like, respects her reputation.
Yeah.
Like, she's, like, also, like, very hardworking. She's doing a lot. You know, I don't think she'd be like, let me just do something shitty.
Yeah.
And also, I think that they're, like, in that kind of post-relationship where both of them are not going to trash each other.
Yeah.
Like, I could never see a world where Paige is going to be like, Craig is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, but I did it because there was rumors that he was getting ready to propose to her.
Damn.
So I could see a world where maybe he did propose and she said no. And they were like, okay, it's time. But
yeah.
we're going to see it play out on Summer House too.
Oh, dang. Yes. I'm excited.
It's going to be a good season. I think sometimes too, Bravo relationships are not always ideal because it's like you have a fan base and they have a fan base, and then it's like your fan base is crossover, and the women that are the fans usually always side with the men.
Yeah.
So it's sad. But yeah, you guys, this week's episode is the first of the year. We're so excited to keep going and continue recording episodes and podcasts for you guys, like always, on TikTok for now, because we don't know what's going to happen. Morning Chisme Podcast on Instagram, Morning Chisme Podcast on YouTube, Morning Chisme Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Guys.